Hi guys, Liam from the Trade Mastermind podcast. Bit about myself as a company. So we are actually Future Home Comforts, and I was a plumber by trade, now moved into the air source heat pumps, solar panels, EV, air source, all of that. Before I joined the Trade Mastermind, I was doing 17 boilers a year. Now we do 20 to 25 boilers a month. We also do solar panels, EV, air source, and air conditioning. If you like everything you see today, don't forget to follow, like, and share. If you've got any questions for myself, then again, drop them in the comments and we can go from there. Now, today I've got Bryn from XL Heat Solutions. And what we're going to do today is just talk to Bryn about how his experience has been with the Trade Mastermind and everything else. So, Bryn, how did you find your business before you started the Trade Mastermind?
I'm struggling a little bit, to be honest. The business has been going for 10 years. So we were stuck at the point of about 83,000 a year, I think, doing as most people do, trying to keep under that threshold. And after the pandemic, I thought, we need to build this business now, but really didn't know how I was going to do it. So we were at the stage of, similar to yourself, 12 to 15 boilers a year. We're currently now doing between 14 and 20 boilers a month. So it's been a lot of growth in the 18 months that I've been here. Yeah. So we're also bringing in air source heat pumps like yourself and air conditioning as well. So we're growing all the time.
Excellent. Now, did you ever find, like, when you were running your business, so before I actually joined the Trade Mastermind, I always used to find that cash flow was my biggest problem. And what would happen is that I would always be chasing my tail because I had cash flow negative sort of income where I was always owed money over here. And what would happen is when that money actually hit my account, the £2,000 that hit my account, when I looked at my account, it was only £900.
Yeah.
So did you find that was one of the things you were finding struggling with it?
Absolutely. This is something that when I went to the discovery day, that's something I could relate to straight away.
Yep.
So I think we all feel like we're chasing our tails.
Yep.
And that's because I didn't know how to price the jobs correctly. Looking back now, it's so obvious.
Yeah.
But for so many years, it's a matter of you're working so hard, you just don't know how to price the jobs. Well, I didn't know how to price the job correctly. It was just a matter of whack a grand on it. And
Yep.
at the end, you're just hoping that the money's there. It's not until obviously you get your bills through for the merchants that you start realizing, well, hang on a minute, where's this money going? So yeah, that was a big learning curve for me.
Excellent. Like I say, you mentioned on the price. So again, with myself, I thought I was on 350 a day, but I didn't realize what profit erosion was or anything that went there. Once I actually done the numbers, I soon realized that I was actually on £120 a day.
Yeah, this is it.
So, and the thing. Now, obviously, you've joined the Trade Mastermind. How long have you been on the Trade Mastermind now?
So I think we are 17th or 18th month it is now.
Okay.
So it's yeah, I signed on obviously for the second year because the results that we had in the first 12 months was so good. I felt that it kept me accountable. So I think we've all got that, and that part of us that you kind of take your foot off the pedal at times when things get a little bit difficult. So the reason I signed up again was it's the people that you're around, like yourself, like-minded people. It keeps you accountable and it keeps you striving for where you want to be.
Perfect. So obviously, like you say, you were like in a similar boat to me. You're doing about 12 to 15 boilers a year. So once you joined, what was the process that sort of changed from where you were going to where you are now, along with everything that sort of built up with that?
It's massive. So you probably heard the saying before. I was the definition of a busy fool.
Yeah.
So we literally did everything. We would from small jobs, fitting taps, bathrooms, anything that come our way, we would do. Obviously, being a heating engineer, that you're going to make bigger margins on the boilers, but I didn't really know how to generate consistent installs, basically. So that's why we were averaging between 12 and 15 a year. Didn't know how to focus on how we're going to get more here, more of those jobs in. It was more so word of mouth is what we were reliant on, and obviously people in the local area, referrals and so forth. So that was the main difficulty we had, if we wanted to grow. So that was a big help coming to Trade Mastermind there.
Excellent. And obviously, now you've joined, you've obviously stepped up your skills, you've obviously leveled up and everything that goes with that. So with that being said, so now you've got your competition that you used to always go up against, and they're still the same people.
They are, yeah.
They're still the one-man bands and all of the other tradesmen. How would you say that you're actually different from your competitors now?
Well, I think, like everybody else, being a one-man band, my old business name was Bryn & Co. So I didn't have the look of a big national professional company. Not that one-man bands aren't professional, but from my personal standpoint, I wanted to grow it so I looked like a national company rather than just my name. So there's a big difference there. The rebranding and obviously the restructuring of the business is just totally changed. I'm not on the tools, haven't been on the tools since September. So I'm focusing more now on the sales, customer service front, quality control, that type of thing. So I just think as a one-man band again, it's kind of hard because you're so busy to maintain that customer service over a long period of time. Yeah, everybody knows during the winter time it gets stupidly busy. Your phone's going off constantly. People needing to go back, problems with boilers or whatever it is.
Yep.
Now I know how to get structures in place, how to obviously recruit more staff, and build a business to a point that I don't have to worry about things like that. I know that I'm just not reliant on myself anymore. I've got a team of professionals there that can do it for me.
Yeah. And I'm going to touch on the fact with you when you said about the one-man bands and everything. Now, what I used to find is I would leave the house at 7 in the morning, get home at 8 at night. I never had a CRM system in place. I never had anything in principle. And the problem I had with that is that you would go home at 8 o'clock after doing a long day's work, and then you would start doing the paperwork. And that's when your invoicing would start. That's when everything else. And because plumbing is such a reactive work, what would happen is I wouldn't even be able to keep on top of the fact that I'd even been to certain jobs. They'd call me up and they'd go to me, they'd go, "You're right, Liam, I need a boiler, or I need this and that. I've got breakdown." I go, I've got time. So I'd go and do it. Now, the problem with that is that I'd get home and forget because I hadn't written it down.
Yeah.
And what makes me laugh is the fact that I used to have people call me and go, "Liam, can we have our boiler done this year, serviced?" I said, "Of course you can." I said, "Brilliant. Can we pay for last year's?"
I know. I didn't even know what CRM system was.
No,
Or a
exactly.
spreadsheet. What are they? Like, we're plumbers, aren't we?
Yeah.
So this is the thing. I didn't know. I had no idea. When obviously it was first introduced, I'm like, what the hell's a CRM? Didn't want to ask anybody what that was. But no, you're 100% right there. Working all the hours under the sun, getting home, and it just doesn't stop. Doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop at all. And like I say, everyone has their reason for why they do it. So obviously, like I say, my reason is I had 2 little girls and I was continuously going to work and I never see them. I was just there for the money. My little girls were in bed when I went to work. They were in bed when I got home. So with that being said, I wanted to sort of get a better work-life balance.
Yeah.
So do you find since you've joined the Trade Mastermind that you have a better work-life balance with that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was just working every hour in the sun, like yourself again. For me, it was all about, I wanted my family to be proud of me. And obviously, my daughter, I've got a daughter, I wanted her to obviously have the peace of mind that when we're all old and grey and not here anymore, that we've built something that we could potentially pass down to our family or invest into other avenues, like for me, property.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How have you found the Trade Mastermind community support you on your sort of journey with regards to sort of everything you've done so far?
This is a big reason why I signed up for the second year. You're around like-minded people. You all want to improve, grow your business. We're all at different stages. Don't get me wrong. Like I signed up, I was a one-man band, no employees. The people that signed up, they've got 10 employees. But I find that coming here, meeting all these people, obviously finding out what people's journeys are, it strives you on. We're all at different levels, aren't we, you see? So being at 83,000 and then seeing what people were achieving who were doing 220,000 a month, that for me beforehand, and actually you come here and hear people's stories, the motivation that it caused within me, it's just driven me forward. And again, I think we all, like I was saying before, we all take our foot off the gas pedal the longer you're away. And so I find I'm here every month because it drives me forward. It keeps me accountable and motivated to keep trying to achieve my goals with the business.
Yeah. And obviously, like I say, everyone's going to notice the accent that you've got. So with that then being said as well, so how long does it actually take you to get down to Peterborough every week, every month?
So, it's normally between 3.5 to 4 hours.
3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
And like I say, that's just so like it's to recharge, get everything you want.
Yep.
See everything, get the guest speakers that we get.
Yep.
Like I say, I always found that Paul's very inspirational because the fact that Paul's done it, Paul's been there, and then you get to speak to other people as well, like Kev Jones.
Yeah.
All of these people that have absolutely just blown it out of the water to a point where you can only aspire to sort of achieve as well.
100%.
Like I say, I do really well, but there are people that also are doing better than I am, and I can only dream to achieve where I'm at.
Yeah.
But I also get the chance to talk to these people and actually understand the problems they've had. So before I have these problems, go from there.
Yeah, 100%.
So, like I say, and then with that, do you find that the mentorship or coaching plays a big progress into how you achieve what you do?
Yeah, well, you can approach people if you, like you just said there now, if you're coming across any issues or you're struggling in a certain factor, the mentors, you can approach them. Everybody's approachable. So you can push Paul, for example, explain to him what the situation is with the business. He'll give you advice. But like you said, again, you've got the likes of Hale Heating. I've asked him a couple of times with regards to going down the solar and renewables route, and everybody's just so willing to help and give their advice. So it's a smoother transition to get to your goal.
Yeah. And again, as well, as like you get to meet all these people. And there's one thing that I never thought I would actually get as well, which is you create a lot of friends that are then there to help and actually build with you. And not only do you find that you're talking to these people on academy days,
Yeah,
but you'll also be calling these people up throughout the weeks
yeah,
and asking advice. Like I say, you were quite helpful in the fact that with regards to the air conditioning, you were able to get us some training,
yeah.
and that was based on the networking that we had and everything else. Do you find that that's probably another golden sort of egg that you get alongside of this?
Yeah, so I've made a load of friends since I've been here. People that I probably wouldn't have met beforehand.
Yeah.
So that is a big part of it as well. It's all about it's all about the community, isn't it? We're all in the same boat. We all want to grow. We're all like-minded. We're all striving for this golfing trip, aren't we? For the,
About to
for
say,
the
are we going to bring up the golfing trip? So, like I say, for the guys that don't know, so what's going to happen is obviously, like I say, me and Bryn know each other and we're actually friends. I'd like to say we're friends on what we do. And when we achieve a certain goal, we're actually going to go and play golf in Dubai, aren't we?
We are.
Yeah. Even though our handicaps aren't great and we'll probably spend most of the time in the rough.
We're practicing.
But that's what we're doing. We're practicing now, ready to go.
Now that we've got more time.
Exactly. And these are the things that, like I say before, I've played golf a long time.
Yeah, me too.
And before I joined Trade Mastermind, I hadn't swung a club for nearly a year, 2 years.
Same.
Now I've achieved what I want to with my time and getting my time back.
Yeah.
I'm able to actually enjoy that. I'm playing golf in the week.
Yeah.
I'm getting time, and I'm also still having my sales done. I'm still having that. I've got my admin doing what I need her to do.
Yeah.
I've got my fitters doing what they need to do, and I'm going to be getting salespeople and all of this. So it just builds up onto that complexity of where we're going.
Yeah.
And getting our time back.
Professionals soon.
Professional, yeah. We won't need that. We'll be professional golf club players. So excellent. So with all being said and done, like I say, with the golf trip and everything and that and everything else, going back to the nuts and bolts of everything that is with the Trade Mastermind, is the Trade Mastermind something you would recommend to other businesses and owners, and the reason why you would actually recommend that?
100% would recommend it. Have recommended it. I put some referrals through, obviously, with people that wanted to improve on their business growth but didn't know how. So yeah, I can't really say anything bad about it. Obviously, I've signed up for the second year, still learning now. But if you want to grow your business, I can't think of anybody out there that offer the same as Trade Mastermind. I can't speak highly enough about it.
Exactly. So I actually have been to other companies and everything else, and I've used their sort of services, and the Trade Mastermind by far is literally where I'm sort of at, because I think the reason why it's such a successful organization the way it is firstly, the people that you deal with care, the trade managers, everything. The fact that 90% of the people that are teaching you have done the process as well,
Yep, 100%.
says that they are able to give you field knowledge,
Yeah.
and then everything else that goes with it, with the systems and processes that
This is it.
you said something earlier before we even started, which was the reason why the Trade Masterminds are so good is because you thought you were running a business, but you realized very quickly how little you even knew about running a business.
Or anything.
And that's the bit
Nothing.
scary, isn't it?
It's absolutely the realization that I was just winging it for 10 years, basically,
It's
or 9
ridiculous.
years before I signed up. It's just ridiculous.
Mm.
And you think you're doing well, but it's not until now that you've obviously had the training that we've had. We've put the processes in place that now I'm actually seeing how wrong I was doing it before.
It's just
So
scary, isn't
It's
it?
really scary. It's like, oh,
So
days, really, really scary. But again, people like yourself, where Stuart Middleton, a lot of people I've met who I now class as friends, they're all succeeding with the help from Trade Mastermind.
Yeah.
So,
and the thing, like I say, because I got all my business information from my dad. My dad got all of his business information from his dad. Now, my granddad is a gas man and he's never been self-employed. And then my dad got his business information from there.
Yeah.
So he got that sort of passive information that he didn't really know. And then when my dad gave me mine, I'll always remember the first thing my dad did was buy me my first diary, which was paper, which my dad still uses today. And I was having a go at him the other day because I was trying to get him booked in for a job. And I said, when he said, I've left my diary at home. And I'm sitting there thinking, that is like, it's madness to think that that's his CRM system.
Oh.
Before his diary, it was when he smoked, it was the back of his cigarette packet sort of thing. Or lumps of plasterboard with little things while he's been on the phone.
Yeah.
The amount of lumps of plasterboard.
That was me as well. That was me. What's a CRM and what was a spreadsheet? Spreadsheets, I heard of them, but no idea how to use it.
I got banned from ICT when I was in school. So when I was learning Excel spreadsheets, I wasn't allowed to even be there. So now I create spreadsheets. I'm creating one for you at the moment to help you with regards to the sort of difference in margins.
Yeah.
So
the transition is crazy, isn't it?
It is mad.
Yeah.
So like I say, what we're going to do now is a quick fire round for the tradesman there. So with regards to, if you go on site and you get offered tea or coffee on site, which one would it be?
Tea, straight away.
So if you're going to start early or finish late, which one would you prefer?
Early.
Best excuse you've heard for being late on a job?
Best excuse. Do you mean the most unrealistic or just like the most original?
Whichever one. Do both.
Best excuse for being late to a job. Mother died.
Mother died. Excellent. So we've heard them all. Like I say, I haven't had any of my guys, but it was always materials.
Yeah.
Sorry for any of my listeners that customers that are listening, but materials are always the one that, I'm ever so sorry, but materials, all of that, when really what we meant is we wanted the last coffee before we left. With regards worst DIY disasters that you've ever had to fix?
Oh God, now I've got so many of them. Oh, you know when you just like open a cupboard and it's just a John Guest everywhere, and you just look at it and think, where do you start?
Yeah.
And then you have to put it all, just take it back to scratch, put it all back.
So my favourite was on Sundays. It was always Sundays, and I call them the DIY have a go plumbers. Now what would happen is they'd pull out their Mickey Mouse toolkit and they'd basically build up a setup. It's always a ball valve.
Yeah.
And what would happen is on Sunday at 11 o'clock, this is how in my head it would work. 11 o'clock, they'd go to home base, buy all the stuff, then they'd try and do it, and then they'd cross the plastic fitting. Then they'd turn on the water and it'd leak at 1 o'clock. Then at 2 o'clock, they'd keep trying. And it was always 4 o'clock on a Sunday that they'd call me. And then what would happen is they'd call me and go, I can't get the water to stop. I'd turn up and within 5 minutes, they'd look at me and go, how would you do it? And you look at their tools and you don't own any of the tools they've got. And then you sit there and think, that's why you can do it.
Yeah.
So like I say, with that is basically there. And then what is the weirdest thing you found on a job?
Can we say this? Well, there was something recently that the lads actually found it, and it was they'd put it in a place for me to see as I walked in. We'll just say it was a toy of a certain kind.
It was a toy you didn't buy from Toys R Us. Okay, that's what we'll go with that one. So that's fine.
That big.
What is the worst customer request that you've ever had?
Worst customer request I've ever had. Should I really say that one as well? We'll say that it was a request for
a payment plan.
Payment plan.
Excellent. Yeah. And then what is the best way to end a long day on site?
Best way to end a long day on site? Just to get home, have a nice shower, and take my dog out for a walk. That's what I would say.
Excellent. And then what is the best thing about being a tradesman?
The best thing about being a tradesman, you've got a skill. I always remember when I was an apprentice, someone said to me, as a plumber, you'll never not be able to afford to buy someone a pint. And it's just something that stuck with me, that, and it's totally right. It's a skill that nobody can take away from you.
Yeah.
And it's a skill that you can use in to make money for yourself, but also save money for yourself doing work in your house and so forth.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I think I heard the rest of that. So when I got told once, it was, as a plumber, you'll always be able to buy people a pint.
Yeah.
You can't put shit uphill unless you pump it, and don't bite your fingernails.
Brilliant.
So that's that.
Yeah.
So like I say, my name's Liam from the Trade Mastermind podcast. If you've liked anything that you've seen today, drop us a follow, like, listen, subscribe. And if you want to know anything more about myself, then drop it into the comments and we can address these on the next one. Or check out the website. And then before I go, because we've plugged the Trade Mastermind, Bryn, is there anything you'd like to plug?
Add in.
As in like your Facebook or anything like that? I did that so smooth.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to add us on Instagram, it's XL Heat Solutions Limited. We're also on Facebook. So yeah, just check us out.
Excellent. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to the Trade Mastermind Trade Secrets podcast. If you want to find out how Trade Mastermind can help you further, head to our website trademastermind.co.uk and don't forget to like and subscribe.